From Librii at the construction site for the E-Hub. Here you can see it under as a work in progress right now. We're about 2 or 3 weeks into construction and probably 2 or 3 weeks away from finishing construction here in Washington, D.C. And then this prototype will be moved to Africa later this summer, early fall. So why don't you come inside? I'll show you some of the adjustments we've made to the container, and you can get a sense of how the building's coming along. So here are the front doors. There'll be glass in here very soon, hopefully. And then you come in, and at this location where there's a welding table here right now, there's a lot of metal work that's being done because the whole building is made of metal. But eventually, at the end, this will be taken away, and this is where the librarian stand will be. So the first thing you'll see when you come in the building is the smiling face of the Librii librarian, right? Okay, let's come inside. Now we've moved, one of the biggest changes that we made in the prototyping of this building is that, here, come inside for a second. The cool thing about the container that we got, it's a 9'6" tall container, and it's got doors on both ends. So if you look that way, you see it's open. If you look that way, you see it's open too. And so originally there was supposed to be a mechanical closet at one end, but then when the container got here, we felt that it was so cool and so open in its feeling that we had to move the mechanical closet so you could keep both ends wide open. So we put the mechanical closet right here, okay, right behind the librarian, and inside of there will be various elements of the electrical system, including some photovoltaics, which we'll talk about in a second, and then a fan to continuously evacuate the air through the building. One of the things about this project is that there's not space or energy to put a air conditioning system in, and so the way that we're going to maintain comfort is to continuously cycle the air through the building. So that's why if you look in all the openings, you'll see all along that we have these small vents. We have 8 small vents like this, and they'll just be continuously drawing air into the building, and then there'll be a fan in the mechanical closet that will suck the air out, so that we'll do many air changes per hour. So so anyway, and then there's of course shade, and there'll be some breeze provided by some fans that'll go up here. So these boxes that are welded into the ceiling are for the LED lights, which will be on the side, and then the ceiling fan, which will be in the middle, and then a little power outlet for a projector that'll be up here. And so then you see the windows. We couldn't find a portal window manufacturer in America, and the one that we were looking at from Spain, it took forever to get the windows, and they were really expensive, so we ended up fabricating our own windows. And they kind of match aesthetically the vents, so there are 2 different kinds. The one you see here is a larger fixed window. I think it's a 20 or 22-inch diameter. And then the slightly smaller one down here that has a little hole in the side, this is an operable window, so it'll pivot in and out, and there are 6 of each of these, 6 operable and then 6 large fixed ones. And so the operable ones will help also for the cross ventilation. So here you can see we have like a small mock-up of one of the workstations. So we got the tilt stools. This is another Kickstarter project that we liked a lot. What's cool about this stool is that one of the challenges we have for the library is dealing with users of different sizes, and so depending on how you rotate the stool, you can accommodate different sized people. And then there's also a hole that you put in your backpack or your purse or something. And then so then here's kind of the basic layout of the station. The monitors will actually be mounted to the wall, and we'll get rid of the stand. But you'll have room for like your keyboard, your mouse, and your little ideas, like notepad. And everything is pretty pretty light, and then it's just held up on these brackets here. There's the outlet underneath it. We'll have the power coming in, and then the data cables. If it's not wireless, we'll run stuff through there. And then one of the things that we opted to do was to install a photovoltaic system in the building. And so in the mechanical closet, we have the inverter and all the small battery banks, so that if there's a blackout, that the library can keep running when all the rest of the power in the neighborhood is down. And so here we have a big stack of solar panels that we're ready to put on as soon as we can paint the exterior of the building. Then we'll put those up. We'll get everything wired up, paint the inside, do the finishing, and then turn it on and see if it works. So we'll give you another update in a couple of weeks as soon as the construction starts to wind down, and you can start to see how this thing is really coming together. But until then, we got to get back to work. So thanks so much again. It's your backing that made all this possible. So thank you from Team Librii.